we go. It is on. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. Glad to have you all on board. And welcome, everyone. That is awesome. I see we have a couple of new names in here, and that is pretty cool. It's and I'm hoping that I pronounce it correctly. Dehaan Media, Dehaan Media from Amsterdam. Welcome, and glad to have you on board. And I see a bunch of our wonderful regular people are here as well, and that is excellent. So let's get started here by saying hello to the moderators. We know Piggy is in the house, of course, as well as Arizona Snowman in the background, and then we may have seen D-Boy and a few others hiding in the background as well, such as 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, Gary, or perhaps Lucas Snow, and there might be others, you know, like Joseph Fields Official and that kind of stuff. So welcome to the moderators. Glad that you guys are on board, and also welcome to the new people, and I will be saying hello to everyone shortly here. First order of business, Sasha was in first, and she gets the cookies today. So Sasha, you're number one. There you go. You got some cookies, and that is awesome. So let's start saying hi to Temps, Arizona, out with Twinkies. I don't know if that's going to work, Piggy. Is that going to work? You think Twinkies will work? Let's see if Twinkies will work. We'll try this. We'll try it. There's some Twinkies. You think that's going to get them out? Twinkies. Come on, Arizona Snowman. Say hi. See the Twinkies? Follow the Twinkies. Follow the Twinkies. Okay. Anyway, enough of that Twinkie fun. And let's get rid of the Twinkies real quick. And he was tempted. I'm sure he was tempted. And that is all right. But a little bit of fun there, you guys. So all good. Anyway, and I'm sure he's hiding there somewhere. So had to do it, you guys. 2 boxes of Twinkies and a hug. Oh boy, Piggy, you're really stepping it up there. And I'll talk. That woke me up. Okay, well, King Colin Deadman, I'm glad you're awake now. Okay, well, I had to do something. I mean, we'll get him to pop in here and say hi at least. Anyway, glad to have all you good people on board, and let's get going with saying hello to everyone. We'll start out with Hermione Schaefer, and John Raper, Sue Hayes, Sharon Stewart, I can hear you, and Paul Williams, B. Matt, King Colin, and Paul Williams, Nancy Buchanan. Welcome all of you. Going up some more here, looking and seeing Grandma B is also here, as well as who snuck in. Scrolling up here, trying to look for other names real quick, and sometimes it's hard to see the names. We got Sasha for sure, because she got cookies already. Oh, sliding up for more names. Henry Nelson is here. Welcome, Henry. Kevin Haynes, of course, on board. We got John already, and scrolling up some more. Linda Schoof says, hi, flying in and out. Bob, that thumbs. Be back later. All right, no worries, Linda. And who else popped in here? Just scrolling up and looking. Oh, Peter Greenlease, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And still moving up the list a little bit more here, trying to spot other wonderful names that I have not called out yet. and hopefully we will see some Ariane. Welcome, and well, I take a cookie and go to sleep. Good night, Ariane. Have a good night, and all the best to you. Sleep well. Looking for other names, and Connie Tyree is here as well. Welcome, and that's it. I'm at the top, so we'll go back down to the bottom, take a look and see who else I missed. Tetra, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Avril, welcome, and from South Africa. Wow, you're far down there. From Peter Maritzburg, South Africa. I'm not sure where exactly Peter Maritzburg is. Yeah, I hope I said that right, but welcome. Billy Bob Joe is also here. Welcome. And Storm Chaser 1211, I see you there. Glad to have you back. And Echo is here. Echo the Bot. Welcome, Echo the Bot. And going up a little bit more here to look for more. We got King Colin, we got Nancy, we got Grandma B. I think we're good with names for right now. If you are new and I did not call your name out or feel offended, by all means speak up. We'll be happy to give you a quick shout out and say welcome to the channel. Also, if I missed your name, you can do the same. You can just jump up and down and say, hey, you forgot me, buddy. And we do what we can to say hi to everyone and keep it as a very, very friendly channel. So glad to have you all on board anyway. And of course, what you're looking at is some older, and I got kind of stressed here trying to hurry up and get things done. But this is canned lava that we have on here, and of course that is from the 4th of August, I do believe. Yeah, it is. So that's what we were seeing. There we go. I got it on there, so we're not hiding anything from anyone, and people don't start thinking that we're showing a brand new eruption or anything like that. And let's see. Okay, so anyway, let's get into things. I'm talking about Ragnar, or Siggy the Fisher there. Yvonne Kunkel was out there today, and she was out early this morning, about 8 a.m. Iceland time. And she did try to get in front of a camera and wave and say hi and hold up a sign that says oink. Except for, we had a little bit of a problem. She was in front of the wrong camera. Okay? She boo-booed. And let me try to explain that. I'm going to get the stuff off the screen here real quick, and we'll get rid of that, and we will pause our video, and then we'll hide it, and we'll get back to the real Iceland view. And of course, that is what it looks like right now. Unfortunately, not a heck of a lot to see, but if we back up in time here a little bit, let's go back about 5 hours. That's a pretty awesome time. And of course, this is on the Visar cam. And now the problem that Yvonne had was she thought this camera was still in the other location. Okay, and let me see if I can clarify that a little bit. Let's see if I can get this copy move, and there we go. Okay, so hopefully that's going to work. So we know the Visar cam was originally over there somewhere. And the location where this camera is at is actually where the roof camera was sitting. So the other camera, the other Visar camera, is still over there. Okay, and that is the one where Yvonne went to, and she went there and she smiled at the camera. And let's see if we can draw a good stick Yvonne. I know. I know. My artistry is not good here. She needs some arms, and she was waving. There. Okay, that is a very fast Yvonne. Anyway, hope Yvonne doesn't see that, but just she was over there waving hi to the camera, which was the wrong one. So it is just one of those things. Anyway, I use those crayons so Piggy can see that. Her sign. Yeah, she had her sign. Oh, I need her sign? Okay, let me add that sign. And she did do a sign up. And there we go. There's her sign. So she was there this morning, and she tried, and she was happy, and because she was there. It's just one of those things. She didn't make it. She was in front of the wrong camera. Now, I'm really not gonna do anything. What, can't reach the crayons? You told me not to walk on the lava. Oh, well, hey, I put an X down here. Down on the bottom, you can have, let's put a pile of crayons down on the bottom here. I'm putting some grass down here. You can have, there. Hopefully that'll be good. Anyway, enough of the funnery. And that is all cool, you guys. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, and of course, Yvonne is there on a vacation, which is all right. But having said all that, we have another Yvonne. Okay, we have the other Yvonne that comes here normally, and that Yvonne is also going back to Iceland. She wanted to see this eruption. So on the 23rd of September, she will be out here. And of course, pending weather. Oh, darn it, Piggy, you gotta hurry up when I do that, you know. Anyway, so we will see what happens. Maybe we can get another Yvonne to stand in front of the camera. So that'll be all right. And a little bit on the funny side. Anyway, looking at what we see, that is what our Siggy Fisher is doing today. Unfortunately, we are not seeing anything in there as far as activity. So I myself am thinking that we're probably not going to get anything else coming out of this. I'm trying to find out. I had some background audio there. It shouldn't have been there. Okay, got it. And anyway, but there's some interesting developments as to how the actual area there, Frægafjall, is actually built, and they have now determined that Frægafjall is actually its own little system in comparison to the other ones that are around it. So it's not part of the Krísvik thing. It's really it's its own little area, which is really kind of unique. Hey, Duchess of the Hawaiian Kingdom, and welcome, Duchess. Glad to have you on board. Did I miss anyone else coming in there? And I got to close my window for some reason. Somebody decided to start a lawnmower or something. I'm not sure what that noisy thing is. Well, give me a sec. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I don't know. It never fails. Murphy's Law, I guess. Yeah, GeoHub did have that. That is correct. And it was very interesting to see that. And Kilauea is not part of this system. It stops just short of Kilauea, which is really cool. broke my bone in the foot healed in less than 4 weeks. I'm back at a cast for 6 weeks. I have a pity party for me tonight. I'm having a pity party. You got 6 weeks in a cast? Wow. That is pretty tough. And I hope you get over that, Nancy. And that is not good. Anyway, back to our volcano. That is one of the things that I found out about this. It's very interesting to see that that is its own little system, if you will, and that is basically the land that Siggy and his family owns. It's basically that area. That's its own own volcanic system. So that is pretty awesome, and so they own their own volcano system. That is really cool, and I like that. Anyway, looking at what we've got, we know that we didn't see too much activity there. Did want to look at the harmonic tremor chart. Let's have a quick peek at that. And I had to reboot again and straighten things out. For those who don't know, last night we had a power outage here. I actually heard a very loud can you drive to the Hushmail office and bop them please, so I can do email. Uh-oh, Piggy, I don't know what's going on with their email, but I don't know. How far is their office away? Rumble chart. There you go. Thanks, Arizona Snowman. And those Twinkies must have got them. And let's see what we've got here. So we see what it did, and it bottomed out, and it started heading back up. And of course, everything is heading up, and that is, in a way, that's a good sign. But we don't know what is going to happen. Piggy, it being in Canada is one thing, but not knowing exactly where it is, you do understand Canada. You can take Europe and plunk it into Canada about 4 times. That is everything included. Okay, so it's a little bit tough that way. Because I'm mourning over the passing of the Queen Elizabeth. Okay, no worries, Duchess. That's all good. And anyhow, we do see this, and kind of have to wonder, what are we going to see in the very near future? Are we going to continue to see a rise? That would be a shock, and would be welcome, though. I would definitely be all for it. So let's take a look at our earthquakes in the area. First, we'll check the area, and then we will take a look at what's happening up in Grimsey, which is where our wonderful Yvonne Kunkel is headed tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes well for her. Anyway, let's pop over to the map here, and of course you can see the big mass up top. I have it set for 12 hours because of the amount of earthquakes that were popping up. Right now we are looking at 838 in the last 12 hours, so that's quite a number. If we take that and change it to 24 hours to get a better idea, 2,033 in the last 24 hours. So that is quite a bit of seismic activity, and as Yvonne had mentioned the other day, it is a tremendous amount of seismic energy that is being released up in the top there around the Grimsey. So we'll take a look here first and see what we've got. And we'll start out here in the water area and see how deep these guys are. So 1.65, 4.8 kilometers down from 1436. Then we've got this guy 1.7, 4.7 kilometers down, 1437 on that guy. This one also 1436, 1.4, 5.4 kilometers down. So they all happen right around that same time. Very interesting to see. And then we have a 0.35 little guy, 1.1 kilometer down, and 1441 for that. That might be a pressure relief because of this stuff moving, and this guy happened to pop. And we do also see here some interesting stuff. And 0.4, 5.9 kilometers down from 2213, of course. And let's see, 0.3, 6.3 clicks down, 2205. This 0.7, 5.3 kilometers down from 2307. So I'm just looking at generally how deep these things are, and 4.7 kilometers on this 0.2 from 2257 as well. So very interesting to see that they continue there. And then, of course, moving over a little bit, of course, this is the town of Grindavik, and this is the Blue Lagoon area here. Just to zoom in on it a little bit, there's your Blue Lagoon and the power plant. And of course, there's a hotel out front here and that kind of thing. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's look at this one here. 0.8, 6.7 kilometers down from 1354. And a very small 1.14, 1.69, just about 1.7 from 1205, just after lunch their time. Of course, this is our little Meridalier Valley here, and our little Siggy Fissure, and we don't see anything right around it. If we zoom out, you can see there's just nothing happening. So don't know what we're going to see in the future out of it. And then we have this 0.96. This is right next door to Krusevik, and that is 6.4 kilometers down from 1404. And then a 0.4, 3.8 kilometers down from 1355. So very, very quiet on the Reykjanes Peninsula for the most part. We do have a couple other ones here. 1.1, 0.4 kilometers down from 1758, right there. A very common spot for us to see earthquakes, either here or here. But I don't know if that's just what it is, but it likes to pop there. We do see this 0.4 here, 5.8 kilometers down from 2242. I don't know if that's going to mean anything to us. We see a 0.0 out here, not too far away from Hekla, but I'm not going to worry about that guy. Don't see anything at Ketla today. And sliding up and looking, Bardabunga, nothing. Grimsbotn, nothing. And sliding up, here's Astja, and we look at Astja. It is from, okay, whoa, where'd you go? There you go. 1410 was the time, 0.5, 6.1 kilometers down. So really nothing on the majority of Iceland down on the southern part. All the action seems to be up here, very, very close to the island of Grimsey. And it seems to be like in 2 or 3 little hot spots. So one about there, one about here, and then this guy down here. And these between these two here, they are seemingly producing most of the earthquakes that we see in the area. And that is a very, very neat and interesting. 10 kilometers down on that 3, and it is from 2101. I'm looking for some of the bigger ones in here, and it is such a conglomerate of a mess here, really. There's a 3, but I can't get to it. There we go. 10.8 kilometers down. 1620 was the time on that magnitude 3 there. We have a 2.6 here. 9.8 kilometers down, and that was from 2059. Let's see if we can find some bigger ones here. 2.9 up here, 9.1 kilometers down from 2026. And let's see what else we got out here. I'm just looking to see if we see any more of those bigger ones out in the water. If we put it on 24 hours though, we'll see some 4s out there as well. There it is, 4.15, 10.65 or 635 is the depth, and that was from 1:05 a.m. This morning their time. So, but there were other larger quakes in here since we were on yesterday. So, a big difference in what we're seeing as far as the physical size. But the fact that we are still seeing quakes that are up in the 4 range is a pretty good indicator that there's still a lot of activity there. Don't know whether this is going to die out real soon or what's going to happen. I jokingly said to Yvonne this morning, you know, with all the quakes there, we should be seeing a new island pretty soon, right? And she just kind of chuckled. But rising land, Doc, I don't know if it's rising. I haven't seen any information on it yet. I would be thinking that there would be some uplift or bulging in that area, and definitely I would think that something's got to be happening. You know, if there is tectonic movement would subside after a little while. This has got to be something else. You know, if your tectonic plates shift, this being a divergent boundary there between the two plates, if they shift, they would shift. Once the energy is gone, it would be released. But apparently the energy, instead of being released, it's actually increasing. So it really makes a guy wonder what is going on there with those plates, and do we have uplift underneath there? And of course, not being there and not having any kind of test equipment or results or anything like that, it would only be a speculation and a guess. So as far as, you know, being able to guess, I'm thinking that we're going to have an uplift and possibly a submariner style eruption underneath there, and that's all, you know, I could figure. So a centralized possibility, a seamound of some sort, I would think so, Colin. That might be what's going to happen there, that they will end up getting some type of a seamound. But again, it's not erupting as of yet. So far, it all appears to be tectonic in nature. But like I said, without knowing if there is uplift, if there is, you know, that swelling that you would get to try to figure out what's actually happening underneath there, I don't have those answers yet. And that is something that we're after. And it's interesting, though, to see that. And, you know, if we be realistic, you know, if you go for, let's see, I'm just trying to set this so I have it for, no, hang on. I want a week. I don't read Icelandic. By the way, I tried to go through the Icelandic alphabet today. It was hard. Oh, boy. Yeah, there are a few videos out there that you can watch if you guys want to know how to speak Icelandic, and they do have things like the alphabet in there, which is pretty awesome. Thanks for the 5-minute warning, Piggy. Anyway, we'll use the other map here for a temporary basis. Since that showed a couple other quakes. We had a 2.0 way out here, on the Rikens Ridge down on the south side. So that one was from 38 minutes after midnight, 10 kilometers down, and we didn't see that on the other map because it was further out. We got these guys, we got those two, and again, I'm not seeing anything happening in our area here, which is really, really kind of unfortunate, and I wish we could see more of that. Anyway, going across again, this one too doesn't show anything at the Grimsbotn or Bardabunga or Astja, really nothing until you get back up to the top area here. One of these was a fair size right here. I do want to look at this one because it is very close to the shoreline. And let's see, a 3.1, and it is only 1.1 kilometer down. It happened at yesterday at 1750, so kind of makes a guy go, what's happening there? And there you see a bunch more down on the bottom, and then of course as soon as we get up into this area, it starts to repopulate, and you can see all the stars. And of course the stars indicating that they are greater than 3 in magnitude. There's a 4.0 there. If I zoom in, then of course it's going to be more difficult to try to decipher these. There we go. 6 minutes after midnight, 1 kilometer down. So it's not very deep, right, for that 4.0. This 3.4 is 1.3 kilometers down, 7 minutes after midnight. This 3.0 from 1256, 0.8 of a kilometer down. So are we going to see something pop out? That is the big thing. 31 minutes after midnight, 9.6 kilometers down. So as soon as we move from here to there, it gets a lot more deep as far as we can see. The depth really does increase. 4.2, 10.6 kilometers down from 1905 yesterday. 3.8 there, also yesterday's 2248, 11 kilometers down. So they seem to be a lot further down into the dungeons, and that is what we're seeing down there. So yesterday 2145 for that guy, 10.4 kilometers down. Here's that other 4.1 we looked at earlier, and a bunch of 3s right around it, and they all seem to be around that 10 to 12 kilometer mark down, and that is very interesting to kind of see. So the closer we get over here, though, they seem to be a lot more shallow. Let's take a look at a couple of the smaller ones real quick. 1.1 kilometers for this guy, 2114 yesterday, for 2.5 right there. 2.3, 1.4 kilometers down. So these are relatively shallow in comparison. As soon as you get up to that guy, 5 kilometers down. Let's see what these other ones are. 9 kilometers for that one already. So it seems to be these lower ones here are the ones that we need to keep an eye on. This one is 0 kilometers down, a surface area, 1.7 from 6:40 a.m. And this guy here, 1.1 kilometers down. So very, very shallow in that end. So gotta make you wonder. Pardon me. Anyway, it is time for a break. I think we're good with looking at earthquakes there in Iceland for right now. And we will carry on with going around to other wonderful places. And we'll turn our canned lava back on just to keep everything happy. And there we go. And we'll put that little sign back on the bottom so nobody thinks that it's happening now. And on that friendly note, I see a couple more people popped in. Diane Craig, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Kate is here. Welcome. And Linda again says, be right back. Okay. Who else popped in? We got Linda's there. Okay, going up here, just trying to peek and see. But I think we're good for right now. Oh, Pistol Pete is here. Welcome, Pistol Pete. And Scott Hartman also in the house. And I think we're good for right now. Lizoid, I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome. Anyway, Pop It is coming out. Yep, I gotta watch out. I'm gonna turn that music back on and get myself off the microphone. Gonna take a 5-minute break, you guys, and don't go away. Lots more to come. I'll be back. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. Thank you. Too much finger tapping going on. You know, I read that, read that, sorry. Welcome back, Dad. I mean, Dr. Fox and Hides. Way to go, Piggy. Thanks. And thanks, Sue and Paul Williams. No worries. Okay, so the goat situation. Sasha says that there's some goats at her parents' place. If I got that right, I missed a part of it. It was moving along fairly good, and of course Nancy Buchanan with her foot in the cast. You can only do what the rest of us do, and that's tap your fingers and try not to tap the keyboard. And that is what we've got. Thanks also Paul Williams there. And anyway, that's kind of what, just a little bit of fun. And let's keep going here. And we want to kind of stop that lava flow for right now. We'll just leave it there. I love when I can stop lava in the mid-track like that. That is pretty awesome. Anyway, let's pop over to Italy and see what that is looking like right now. And down in Sicily, Mount Etna, we'll have a quick peek there. And hopefully I've got this lined up. I did make another time lapse here for you guys to be able to see it, because obviously what we're looking at there doesn't really depict a heck of a lot, even if we go back to the regular, wow, this is what, 8.5 hours ago. That is kind of the gloomy day that they had there, and that is really not very, very appealing for a volcano watcher. And you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I was able to go back earlier, and I did make this video, and we'll get it going here and I'll let you see it. Time lapse, of course. And this was from earlier on today. No, hang on, I didn't load the right one. Darn it. I'll let you watch that one while I go grab the other one. And no worries. Video. Let me go get it here. Darn it, I loaded the wrong one up, which is really, really embarrassing. Or is it? It happens. It happens, you guys. And I'm looking for it, and I'm not seeing where it went. Etna, September. What is today? There it is. I found it. And we'll look at that one instead. So hang on. There we go. We'll get it bigger for you, and we'll stop the other one. This was what it was like in Sicily this morning, and this time lapse 8 something in the morning is when I started recording this. And of course, you see how those clouds are just fizzling out from the heat. And if you're watching, you can actually see the heat rising up in the wavy forms, and that is pretty awesome to see. But those clouds are sure doing their thing, evaporating and rebuilding, and pretty awesome to see that as the time progressed. So very, very cool, and I like it. But unfortunately, the clouds are hiding most of Mount Etna, so we're not seeing what's really truly happening at the volcano. And that is kind of too bad for us today. But hey, I can't move the clouds myself. My weather machine is in the closet and still broken. So that is one of those unfortunate things. And unless somebody's got another weather machine I can borrow, but that's all we've got right now, and that is what we see. But it does look pretty cool with those clouds flipping around and stuff. I thought it was kind of nice. So yeah, a bunch of clouds, and it only got worse. we know it got worse. And anyway, that was probably the best view right there from this morning. And that is Mount Etna. And that's my little shot for that one. From what I understand, there's a reduction in seismic activity and nothing really major. It's going down slowly as far as the levels are concerned. So our future for Mount Etna will be determined by what happens down the road, obviously. So there we go. While we're looking around, let's pop up to the Azores. And of course, this is, we are on the island of St. George. And those people who aren't familiar with this particular scene, that is the harbor here, and that is the town site, one of the town sites on St. George. Just so you know what it does look like there. This is a picture of it during the day, and of course across the strait there, that is about 18 kilometers. And the next island over is Pico Island, with the larger volcano there, Mount Montana, which formerly was called Mount Pico, or Pico Volcano. And you can see at the very top right area there, and that is Fayal Island there as well. So, but we are on the island of St. George, and that's what we're seeing. And if I get on the right screen, I will be able to catch up here. And there we go. This is our little cove that we always look at. We can see the waves breaking out quite a distance out, so we know that the ocean is fairly rough tonight. Don't be going out in your little boats. And Irish monk, one shouldn't be going out there if he's only got one leg happening. So anyway, he likes going out on his boat, but that looks a little too rough for what I see. Mind you, he is used to the Atlantic, so he may be okay with that. 4 or 5 meter swells. Anyway, let's get to the earthquakes and see what we've got. I'm going to change that a little bit. Whoop. Let's put that one on. There we go. And then we're looking to see, last time I checked there were only 2, but right now we've got 4 earthquakes that appear, and that one is a 1.8 from 2:28 this morning. And then we have this guy, 1.6 from 13:29, and also 1.5 from 18:17, and 1.6 from 19:58. And they all appear to be on St. George, but let's have a look at the other map. That will give us a little bit better idea of where we have it. I got to refresh it because obviously we have more earthquakes than I've seen before. And we do see these 2 out here in the water. So this guy here, 14 hours ago, 2.0, and that is south of Miguel Island there. And then, of course, 24 hours ago, 1.7, very close to, what is it, Turcia, if I said it right. And, of course, let's zoom in. We should see 4 here. And there they are, 10 hours ago, 1.6, 1.55 hours ago, 2.2, 21 hours ago, and 4 hours ago for 1.6 there as well. So they have slightly different measurements than the other guys, but hey, still indicating 4 there, and then 2 in the water. And of course, for those people who aren't quite familiar with that area, I zoomed out a little bit. There is Spain and Portugal, and of course that is the mid-Atlantic ridge going through here, and that is the Eurasian plate, the African plate, and the North American plate. And you can see Nova Scotia and Newfoundland over there on the other side. There's your eastern seaboard of the U.S. and back to the middle here. So pretty awesome to see, and a little bit of activity, but I don't think we're going to see anything major popping out of there for right now. Anyway, I will leave it on there. That way I know where it was, and we can leave that alone for now and pop over to our next one. And of course, the next one is our wonderful Popocatepetl. And as you see, that is not looking good today as far as being able to see the darn thing. Let's get back into the wee hours though. And yep, I still got it good. I was worried that it was going to disappear before we could see it, but this is about 11 and a half hours ago, and that is what we were seeing. I'm just going to advance it a little bit here, 5 seconds at a time, till we get to the start of the plume, and there it is. As you notice, there is the snow line is down a little bit further here, and that is pretty awesome. We do see some gray over here, so it had thrown some ash out before and made the snow dirty, unfortunately, but that is what we're seeing there. And let's see if we can advance this just a little bit, and I don't want to go too far. There we go. All right, look, I seen lava. I seen lava, and it's lighting up. Oh my God. And look, sparks. That is awesome. And there's some more. So yes, we are definitely seeing Popocatepetl actually put on some fireworks, although they're not as big as I'd like to see them, but it is definitely erupting. And we've been noticing the last few days here, the trend has been increasing in duration as far as the actual eruptions, and there it goes. And that is a lot more interesting than just watching it puffing all the time. So yep, there you go. This is Popocatepetl, and that was from 6:25 a.m. Mexican time this morning. And of course, for those who aren't familiar with where this is, it's approximately 70 kilometers south of Mexico City. So on a good clear day, they can see the volcano without any issues. And that was kind of the plume there. And I don't know, I don't think there was any more than that. At least that's kind of where I stopped peeking at it, and I thought it basically died out after that, and it did too. Really, it didn't show too much more, but the fact that it was actually doing what it was doing is a sign that the intensity seems to be picking up. And if that is something that is going to happen, we will see something come out of this thing and really go. Typically, like I say, it's very quiet. So anyway, let's there wasn't anything more coming out of there afterwards, so let's move on to when it got to daylight. And this is kind of the earlier morning hours. You can see a little bit better, and again you can see how gray it is over here, and that is the direction of the wind today, and definitely showing that. And of course we'll probably notice that snow line moving up, so I kind of make reference here to see where it ends up and how far up that line goes. It's still not good enough to go skiing on, but I don't know if I want to. Hang on, let's take a look at this one here. Now, I don't know if this is, I think this is sunlight hitting the cloud. That is not lava. At least I don't think it is. I think it is the sun hitting it. Because if that was lava coming out, that would be a lot of lava. Pardon me. So, yeah, that is sunlight hitting that, and that is actually a little bit deceiving in that sense. But that's what we got. Unless there is, well, hey, maybe it is lava. Let's take a look here, and because it's awful cloudy. I don't know. I don't see the black plumes that we should be seeing coming from this. So I'm thinking it's the sunlight reflecting on there. Thank you for the 5-minute warning, Piggy, and welcome Mona Alfano. And who else snuck in here? Anyway, that is, yeah, that is definitely from the sun hitting it. So not to be confused with actual lava coming out. And there we go. We'll move it ahead 10 seconds at a time. As the sun kind of drops behind the clouds, you can see it dissipates right away. So that's what we've got. Sliding ahead a little bit more though, once we get into full daylight, and we can see that snow level still at the same place, still a lot of off-gassing, but it is getting cloudier. And there was the other popping here, and that was right around here, 9 a.m. or something. Yeah, that's what I had written down. There it is. And that was another one that popped out, and it was pretty intense again. So if we speed that up 5 seconds at a time, and you can see, as I mentioned, it appears that Popocatepetl is picking up the pace, and definitely evident of, you know, by what we're seeing there. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. And if we speed it up, I'm going 10 seconds ahead at a time here. And you can kind of see it dying out near the end. Well, maybe. Hang on. Let's see. Did it go? Yeah, that should be just about the end of it. It was a lot lighter color material coming out of that last little volley. But still, quite a bit of activity from Popocatepetl. So that is the important part that you know is happening, and I think we'll see more of that activity down the road. This is where the cloud or the material coming out turned back into steamy gas, and then if we go ahead a little bit more, I don't think there were any really dark plumes coming out. Oh yeah, there was this one. I forgot. There. 11:22 a.m. That is what was coming out, and that is actually very, very noticeable. The other thing to note here is our snow line definitely has moved up, just about touching this thing now. It was down here before, so definitely I'm melting some of that. So pretty awesome, and keeps caching. What keeps caching? Oh, anyway, lots more dark material coming out, and that's interesting to see. And hopefully, we will see full-blown eruptions popping out in the future here. There was other times just before it got into the clouds where it did it again, and that was right about here, and we see that pluming out as well. And when we go ahead 5 seconds at a time, it kind of shows it a little bit quicker there for you. Gives you a pretty good idea that that was coming out very nicely. Possibly not as quickly as I'd like to see it, but definitely coming out and the pluming. After that, we were into the clouds for the most part, you guys, and we don't see a heck of a lot happening there. And let's take a quick peek. There is Fuego, and Fuego did show itself this morning for a little while. I just got to find where it was. And maybe I can't find it. And that was at 1:15. And let me see if I can get this live. Why does that look like it's not live? Hang on. It was here somewhere. Right about there. Let's back up just a little bit. 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay, so we're in the clouds. This was at 2:49 a.m. You see the sparks up top here. That is one heck of a light show to see the material high above the clouds, which is, that's being thrown out quite a ways. And that is pretty darn awesome. So, pretty heavy duty eruption at that time. But let's get that. That was squished by what we were seeing there in the darkness. Anyway, the candle was lit for the most part, doing more later on, but didn't see too many other really big ones after that. We had, I think, this little guy here, about here. Let's see if we can get it right on. And that should be there. Yeah. So again, the Fuego is throwing out a bunch of material as well. And of course, Fuego is down in Guatemala, for those who might have missed that. So down Central America, and that is what we've got there. I do see it is a break time, and I'm going to put this back on live. And let's see if we can get that right. A refresh. No, I want to put it there. Back on live. Okay, so that is what it looks like right now, this very moment, and that is what we've got. I'm going to put you back on our wonderful canned lava, though, and it is break time. I am going to go take a quick break. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button and you're enjoying the show, by all means, give it a quick bop. We're trying to get over that 100 mark. That really does help out with the YouTube analytics. And also, if you're new and you want to subscribe, and if you feel we've earned it, by all means, hit that button, and that would be awesome. On that friendly note, when we come back from the break, we'll have bacon seeds, and then we'll carry on from there. So stick around, everyone. Thanks, and hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. I'll throw on some music, and I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. And there we go. Microphone is back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. And Piggy says, the fantastic Dr. Fox is back. We welcome you. Thank you, Piggy. And thanks, Scott and Sue and Kevin and Paul. And I hear you from Sharon Stewart. And that is awesome, you guys. And thanks everyone for hanging around, and we will turn our wonderful lava off here for a minute, and we're going to pop over and take a look at our bacon seeds for today. We won't stray. We're going to keep right on track here. Hopefully get everything 100%. I was just able to get our Yellowstone camera back up and running. Apparently they got it fixed and reconnected, so that is all cool. Anyway, waiting for my computer to change here, and it will eventually, I hope. A mouse is still moving, so obviously something is working. There we go. And hey, Trev, I hope you feel better soon. That would be awesome. And John Raper, welcome. Yeah, okay. Try a little better on the spelling next time there. Okay. Dr. Fox, if my email doesn't come back soon, I might not get the seeds to you tomorrow. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, that one, that is definitely a what do we call that? Hogwash. Hogwash required. But that's the last one from yesterday. Let's move on to the first one from today. And of course, it's some big-eared bacon seeds that are feeding from their mama right now. See it? I got into Gmail. LOL. What? I didn't. I got into Gmail. Okay. Well, I'll try emailing you during the next break, Piggy, and see what happens. Anyway, moving on. Next batch of bacon seeds. How many spots do you see in front of your eyes? Lots. None of them are looking at the camera, though. They're not interested. They're too young, and they don't know. Servers are down. Aw, that's too bad, Piggy. Hopefully, they'll get things going. And yeah, 6 piggies, but how many spots? Too many spots to count, I think, but that's okay. We'll leave it there. We'll go to our next one, and we'll see what we've got. Yeah, which one of these pigs does not look like the others? Maybe that black one? I don't know. Here's a bucket full of piggies, and what do we got there? We got a 6-pack there as well. That is pretty awesome. I think we might have seen them before, or a similar one. Anyway, they seem to come in 6-packs. Why is that? That's a little odd, isn't it? And pretty awesome. Okay, and look at this little guy. He's a couch potato, but he's too young to really be one, and his ears aren't even big yet. He has a lot of growing to do there for that little guy. Yep, it's a couch piggy, and definitely a little cutie. We do enjoy that. Next bacon seed. I see bacon. Oh yeah, is this guy. And he looks pretty cool, intelligent, snuffling, and he's smiling at the camera. Always love it when they smile for the camera. That is one of those beautiful things. The things you find under the couch cushion. Linda, you'd be surprised. Oh, I don't know if I should share stories, but I used to have my own restoration business, and I started out carpet cleaning and carpet and upholsteries, and some of the couches that I cleaned were just, it was incredible what some of the things that you found there, and some were not to be mentioned, really. But one of the things that I did find a lot of was money. And I always jokingly ask the client prior to going at the couch, when I say, anything I find I get to keep. And they kind of, yeah, because they think it's just some loose change or something. And I was cleaning this lady's couch, and I was really trying to work in on the edges there after the cushions were off. And I started, it basically got stuck on some paper, and I thought, oh, darn, I got the tag or something from the material. But I pulled it up very carefully to see, and I seen $100 bill. And I thought, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And of course, that right away I would be saying to the lady, hey, here's your money back. But anyway, I kept on digging, and I pulled $12,000 out of the couch in $100 bills. And anyway, I handed it back to the lady. I says, I don't know if there's more down there. That's up to you to look. I did my cleaning job, and she did give me $100 for being honest. Yes, $12,000. That is a lot of money. Kerching, yeah, cha-ching is right. And that was just absolutely bizarre. I've never seen that before. 12 grand. And I thought, holy mackerel. And of course, she didn't even know that I was in there. So I don't know. But anyway, she thanked me for my honesty. And that was all good. Actually, being thanked for honesty works out very well usually. People are usually pretty darn kind. I was cleaning some other carpets, and I try to do the best you can, so you try to get underneath the furniture that you can get under. And I had my carpet cleaning wand, and I was going underneath this dresser. It only had about a riser of about 4 inches underneath it, but the sides were sealed. And anyway, I'm trying to get in there and make sure I get as far in as I could. And of course, I pulled my wand back out. I heard one bill go up the pipe and into the wand. And of course, as soon as I heard that, I pulled the vacuum hose off, and I caught the bill just as it was leaving the wand itself. And then I went down and looked, and I found $900 underneath that dresser. So that was pretty awesome. And of course, I gave it back to the guy, and I said, I don't know if I sucked up any more, but that was all there is. And the guy phoned his wife, and she said, yeah, she put $900 down underneath there. So they did get it all back, and I was, oh, good. I don't need to empty the tank then. Nancy says, Dr. Fox, you are a wonderful person. My auntie is in her early stages of dementia. She took out $7,000 out of the bank in cash, had to deposit on a new apartment, and she lost it, never did find it. Aw, that is too bad. For me, I don't know. It's a difficult thing. Anyway, let's get back to our bacon seeds here. So, you gotta love the smirk on this guy's face. That is one cute rabbit, isn't it? I gotta love rabbits. And that is awesome. And thanks, Bob. Yeah, that's exactly that. You never got that lucky, Scott? Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky a bunch of times, I guess. I also used to do insurance stuff, and you'd be surprised some of the other things that I found, um, like about 6 kilos of cocaine in a wall. That's for another day. Of course, the police got involved, and it was one of those things. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. That's for a different day. Um, yeah, yeah. Fire in a house, and everybody was taken out and all that stuff. Anyway, let's get to the last bacon seed, and there it is. And what a cutie! He too has a smirk on his face, and that is always nice to see. Ready to bop ya, and that is wonderful. So me thinks smuggling seems like peanuts yesterday. Piggy, don't admit to that. There could be IRS or hang on, Secret Service or somebody watching this. And yep, that definitely is a pink noser, and I gotta love it when they have that funny smirk on their face. All right, let's carry on and take a look at some of the other wonderful places around the world real quick. And we'll head on over to Merapi, and let's see if Merapi will make us happy. And I think Merapi is probably about the same as yesterday. Looking for Merapi, which one am I looking for? Oh, there it is. And we do see Merapi, and it is doing its thing, off-gassing quite a bit. And during the night, I was actually looking for, where it's throwing out some lava and stuff. Merapi was not bad looking this morning, kind of golden colors, but I never really did see too much lava. The thing about last night, a very foolish type moon, so we did have pretty good visibility when the clouds weren't there. And going back, this is about 5 hours, 50 minutes ago. Same kind of thing. We didn't see too much. And right around here, you should be able to tell it's actually off-gassing fairly well there. But really not that much material coming out of it today, or at least nothing that we could see. So that is what was happening with Merapi, and unfortunately didn't make us happy. No lava. I need lava. And let's go over to our next one, and that is Semeru. Semeru, of course, oh, hang on, we weren't done with Merapi. We need to be on that scene yet. Let me go back there. The other one we wanted to look at, of course, was our wonderful Ruapehu, and I just wanted to share that with you. It looks like it's rain mixed with snow, and not a good day for them there. If we go back about 3.5 hours ago, roughly, it looked a little bit better, but still not that great. Big cloud systems are moving through, and that's kind of what they were seeing in New Zealand. Very close to dawn, that is kind of the same thing. So no visibility of our wonderful Ruapehu in New Zealand. And let's go back over to Semeru now, and there is Semeru, and let me get on the right page. There we go. And when we are going back in that one, they restarted this one, but they restarted it right when or shortly before. There's a little bit of an eruption right there. You can see how it plumes out. Pardon me. That was at 6:55 a.m. and that is kind of nice to see, and that it is throwing some stuff out. Hey, welcome Maui me, aloha, And let's see, and Daryl R is also here. I don't know if I said hi to you, but yeah, so a little bit of material coming out of that, and it was kind of a double whammy there. That one stopped or just about quit, and then we seen a second small eruption happening there as well, and again very close to 7 a.m. there in the Philippines. Of course, on east end of Java, so East Java Island is what they refer to it as, and that was pretty awesome, and nice billowing of that material, and that looks a lot browner though than some of the material we were seeing coming out of Popocatepetl, or even from Sakurajima when we were watching that. So different material, different off-gassing, that kind of thing. And I think that was about it there. If we go back, I don't know. Oh, yeah, they did have another one earlier as well. That one was right about here when it started out. And you can see it billowing up quite well also. And that 6:48 a.m. So again, just before 7 a.m. is when it basically popped and rattled, and you can see some of that material rolling down the hill here. That's pretty awesome. So that's moving pretty quick and very cool. And let's see what else we got. That one keeps going. I don't know how long that kept going. I think that had a little bit to it. Kind of a secondary shot coming out of it right away as well. And let's see if there was any more earlier. No, I don't see any more on the list here, but that was pretty cool. And you can see it's actually kind of ejecting it out in that direction, and then the wind is taking it the opposite direction, which is pretty cool. Awesome. And that's about it. We will leave that one there. Popping over, we will take a look at this guy. And of course, that is our multi-shot here. That, well, it's not ours, it's Indonesian live volcano Indonesia. And that is what we're seeing there. Our top ones here, Krakatau, and that's what we've got. Too hard to make out what some of the other ones are. This is Merapi though, and this does look like Ibu, and that is what these two shots are. I cannot make out what volcano that is, but that is looking right at the caldera, and we didn't see too much coming out. Let's go back about 5 hours and see what it looked like in the moonlight, and there you go. You can see some glow there, even though the moonlight really lit things up. We do see some glow there, and I used to have this as a little bit bigger here. Let me see if I can do this real quick and give you a better shot of this from Krakatau. And we'll see if we can expand that just a tad. And let's go up there. I know it's not the best, but there you go. So that is from Krakatau, and you can definitely see where the stuff is coming out of the close-up shot here. And I don't know if there was a blast or something, a burst right there. You kind of just seen it pop here, and I don't know. It's interesting to see, but this one is continuing to do its thing, and of course everybody is familiar with Krakatoa. So that is on the western end of Java, not too far away from our wonderful what is it over there? the town, the city, Jakarta, Indonesia. So there you go. Oh, mummy of hamsters. What did my clip link work for you? Did you see the UFO? I did not. Oh, mummy of hamsters. I don't think I even got it. Was that for the smoking in line yesterday? That's the last one I got from you, oh mummy of hamsters. I did not see any UFO clip, so I don't know. I missed it. So I don't think I seen it. But anyway, maybe if you want to resend it, that would be great. You can give that a whirl. And hopefully you can. Anyhow, that is what we're seeing there at Krakatoa. Trojan Pony, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Grandma B says, oh, Bob, I keep them at the ready, especially especially my headlamps. Okay, cool. Batteries are important. Uh-oh, Poppet? No Poppet yet. Poppet can't come yet. Poppet is mean. Poppet hurts people. Poppet is a kraken. Oh, Trojan Pony. Been on one bit. I haven't seen you for a few days there. I'm glad that you could pop in with us here. Okay, let's go over to the other one here, and I don't want to see that. I want to go and see the ice cream boat is there. Yes, you can run down and go get your ice cream. Ice cream boat is in. So that is awesome, you guys. Yep, do your thing. Go get an ice cream, and we'll put you back on the lava here. And there we go. And I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And you're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. And I will be going on a break for about 5 minutes or so. Don't go away. More to come when I get back. And of course, Leo shows up when the ice cream boat is here. Hi, Leo. I'll be back. See you guys shortly. All right, microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. And I see a couple more people popped in. Welcome, you guys, and thank you everyone else for the welcome backs. Ed H popped in, and of course he's from The Rock over there in Victoria. And welcome, Ed. Glad to have you on board. And thank you from Scott Hartman, and let's see, who else said welcome back, Bake a Laver, Bake a Lava Lord Fox. Okay, thanks, Trevor, and thank you, old Mummy of Hamsters says welcome back, Uncle Doc. Sue says welcome back, Leo, welcome back as well, thanks, and Maui Me says welcome back. Sharon Stewart says I hear you, Dr. Fox. Thank you. And Sasha, welcome back as well. Glad to have everyone on board. And let's see, who else was here that I just noticed? Earth Creature, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, looking pretty awesome. So let's carry on with the stuff we were looking at. We did pop over. The ice cream boat is still docked over there at Sakurajima, at the harbor for the ferry harbor. There's two that frequent there for those who don't know, but there's Sakurajima, and when we pop over, we can take a little bit better look. Lots of clouds moving in today. And I really didn't monitor it that much. I was trying to find if there was any lava erupting. Apparently, a couple of days ago, there was, and we missed it. It was during the wee hours of the morning, and it did throw some lava out, and there was somebody else did the capture on it and posted the video, so it was pretty awesome. But as we go back about 7.5 hours ago here, it looks a little different and dismal and quiet. 2:27 a.m. Looks like a lenticular cloud almost, but baseball cap on top of that. So that is kind of what we're seeing there. And I thought it was neat, but other than that, we really didn't see a heck of a lot coming from the volcano. So it seems to have kind of sort of quietened down, but really don't know what's going on there because we've missed so much and haven't seen a heck of a lot. But right here, if we go about here, it does look like it's kind of pluming up a little bit, and if we advance it here, we can see some of that lift up a little bit, but I don't know. I think a lot of the weather coming in here has fooled us, and that is at 23:03, so 11 p.m. Their time last night, and really not much else that was worthy of reporting. This was from what is it, 10:17. And that's kind of what it looked like, very hazy, foggy, and hard to see what's going on. But this is what it is right now, and that is live from Japan, 9:39 a.m. And it is definitely a wonderful thing to see, Sakurajima. Hey, Ed, say, listening to Doc. Okay, you know, I don't know if you've actually ever been in here on one of my streams. Glad to have you on board. So that's pretty cool. I know you've been in the other channel a lot, but it's nice to have you over here as well. And thanks for popping in. Anyway, let's go to a couple of the other volcanoes in Japan. And of course, this one. Ah, that is Aso. Aso is not so visible right now, but if we go back in time about 4 hours ago roughly, and that will get us about here, gives you a better idea. That was fairly early in the morning there as well, so that would have been about, it's 9 now, so it would have been about 5 a.m., 5:30, thereabouts. you can see it off-gassing from the caldera, but also some cloud coming in as well. So a little bit difficult to tell exactly what it was doing. If we go back to about 3.5 hours ago, that's when the clouds really started to pour in. And let's see. Well, actually, it didn't look too bad till just recently here. So, yeah. Anyway, we're not going to see any lava on this one, you guys, because it is listed as a green right now. So the steam that we see coming out of the caldera, of course, is because that floor is heated, and yeah, it's got in-floor heating. Anyway, it is kind of nice to see that. And there was nothing else during the night. So I'm going to put this back to live. And there's what the present situation is there at ASO. And ASO is, of course, ASO, ASO San. That is the name of the volcano. And let's move on to Suwanosejima, also in Japan. This is down on one of the southern islands. And again, a lot of storm activity. And I don't recall seeing anything really happening there. I did check this one, and really it was very, very little visibility due to the weather system coming through there. So that's it. I hope you guys got your ice cream. The ice cream boat is now leaving, so definitely want to make sure of that. Let's see, where am I at here? Next one, there we go, and yep, that one is working. So we will go over to the Philippines, and there is Taal. Taal, a volcano, right there in Taal Lake, and that is about, well, and it looks deceiving from here. That is actually over 1,000 feet tall. So a little bit deceiving because of the distance involved and the physical size. And of course the camera is up on a high-rise right next to this high-rise, and that's what we're seeing. So not a great amount coming out of Taal, and even if we go back to the about 3 hours ago, the earlier hours of the day anyway, we didn't see anything else there either. So putting it back to live, that is what we've got right now. And we'll leave that guy be. We're going to pop over. Whoop, I need to get onto that page. I did get it working. I just didn't line it up yet. And that, of course, is a Yellowstone National Park. And I think that'll have to do for right now. Obviously, one of the geysers that they zoomed in on right there, and it's still doing its thing, so we know that at least we can watch it, and we know that it's not going to go kaboom, as nothing has dried out and nothing is out of the ordinary there. So there are over 500 active geysers there in Yellowstone National Park, and definitely worthwhile having a peek if you have not done so. I myself do have it on my bucket list, and do want to get there. Yogi Bear, yeah, that Ed, that is a two-humped camel. That is not Yogi Bear. So I think you made a boo-boo. Get it? You made a boo-boo? Oh, never mind. All right, let's go over to Hawaii. And oh, a little bit of fun. Let's see. What do we got in Hawaii? And this was from yesterday at 1746. A nice view of the crater, or sorry, of the lava pond within the crater. And we do see some smoke, but the lighter areas, of course, are places where the lava is descending, and or draining out of the lava pond. And what's happening is some of the gas bubbles, gas being lighter than the dense material of the magma itself or lava, the gas bubbles come up and pop up at the top, breaking some of that thin crust that has developed. This area over here in the end is where the lava comes in, and it will flow in this direction, and of course it breaks up when it starts hitting too much other material there, so it'll break and crack and give us these really cool designs, and we like it. So toe area, we don't see any active lava in there, but we do see this, and that is likely the tube going over into the toe area, and of course these are feeding the rest of the underworld under there, and that's what we've got. Let's refresh that, look at it right now, and the thing I did not mention there was the lava level is still up very, very high. Right over here you can see a little bit of a vent for that lava tube that's actually feeding this thing, and you can see it changed direction slightly. Before, the other path was more this way. Now it's curved out and breaking up a little bit, as you can see, and drain points are still there, some active, more active than others. Anyway, that is the one shot. Let's go over to this other one here. This is from, where's the time on this? Oh, and that is already up to date, and I don't know why it did that. It shouldn't have updated it, but it did. So anyway, that's the current picture there. We're seeing the lava pond. Primary vent is right in here, the little hornito and the lava tube underneath that area. And a little hard to tell, but the whole thing here is kind of raised up in the middle, and it is a floating island of cooled off lava, very similar to what Pig Island was originally, which is still intact right here in amongst everything. Trevor the Wonky Donkey, Winky Wonky Donkey, he back, Dr. Fox. Okay, cool. My pain medication has hit me, falling asleep at the computer. I'm going to bed, and I hope you all see you all tomorrow. Good night, Nancy Buchanan. Get some rest before you do fall asleep in your chair. It will be a lot better for your leg, and that's all good. So that one is all right. We don't need to worry about it. We'll go over to the other side of the caldera, and this is a new picture as well from current time. I don't know why it did that. It should have been the old ones in there. Maybe I boo-booed somewhere. Get it? Boo-boo? Boo-boo? Oh, yogi. Anyway, lava pond, toe area, primary vent, and some smokers there. And of course, here's the little off-gassing vent area for the lava tube. So pretty cool. We do still see quite a bit of smoke on the edge of the caldera, indicating that there is fresher, hotter lava hitting some of the old lava from the caldera itself. So that's what we've got. Popping over to the thermal image, it is giving me the current one as well, and that is what we're seeing. Really nothing different from what we had seen yesterday. A little bit more lighter material around the edges though, and of course the edges are a lot lower than that center darker material here, which is a part of that floating mass of a lava island, really. So that's what we've got for today there. Let's pop over to the earthquakes in Hawaii real quick, and let me get to my earthquake map. Gotta locate it. And here we go, and let's have a quick peek, and we don't see, well, first off, Hawaiian Islands, Oahu, Maui, and then of course Big Island right there, and we see most of everything is in the Pahala area. We do have a couple of stragglers, we'll get to them, But let's have a look at this first. 2.7 from 1400, and this guy is a 1.9 from 4:36 a.m. That takes care of the ones out in the water. Let's have a look here. 2.1, 6:40 a.m. For that guy. We'll grab this one. A 1.8 from 3:56. We have a 2.3 from 8:32. Or sorry, 8:23. My bad. 2.1 from 17:41. And 2.1 from yesterday at 21:25. Then this guy here, 2.4, a little bit bigger than the other ones. Yesterday as well, 20:38 was the time on that. Then we had this one here, 2.3 from 1:20 a.m. not 11:20. 2.4 from 12:34, and that is what we got there. And then a brand new one as we are doing our thing. 2.1 18:47. That means it happened about 5-6 minutes ago. There we go. So brand new, came in as we seen it. 2.4, 12:34, we got that guy. We need this guy here, 1.8, and that was from 16:56. So one brand new quake in that area, and that is awesome when they come in while we're doing the show. And 1.8, 12:54 for that guy. 1.9 from 1:25 a.m. And then we see this 1.8 from 14:41. And 2.2 from yesterday at 20:38. So that takes care of the Pahala area, and those are all between about 29 and 35 or 36 kilometers down, and that's what we've got. So pretty cool looking. We do see up here on Mauna a couple of them, and let's have a look. 1.9 from 1959 from yesterday, 2.3 kilometers down. And then we also see this guy here, 1.8 from today at 17:14, and that is a minus minus 0.4, so 400 meters above sea level, and that is well up into the mountain. And looking at Kilauea itself, we don't see anything new in the caldera at all. And of course, that caldera, just to put some ideas in your mind here of, because what we were looking at earlier doesn't quite look the same. This is one of the older pictures, but if you can imagine about 137 more meters of lava in here, or 449 feet. So that is a lot deeper. And of course, that is filled up with approximately 1.04, 104 million cubic meters, or 27.5 billion gallons of lava. And the lava trucks take a long time to get all that lava out. And of course, it has been erupting since the September 29th of 2021. And that is our specs and facts on that. All right, let's zoom out, and we'll take a look at quick earthquakes around the world here. And not too terribly many that we've seen. We have this guy down here, interesting stuff, 4.6, 10 kilometers down, 2:20 a.m., and that is listed as a Chilean one. This one here, also 4.5, also Chile, 17:38 UTC, 108.9 kilometers down for that guy. What was the depth on this? Just 10 clicks. In other words, they don't know. It's an arbitrary number. And moving over here, Kermadec Ridge, the far end of it, of course, would be in Tonga. And that is a 4.6. That was 10 kilometers down, 10:50 a.m. their time. and that's what we see there. Nothing new here in the American Samoa Islands, or the Samoan Islands. There we go. And we do see this one here, 4.7, Papua New Guinea, 103 kilometers down from 733. And then we have where we had all these big ones happening. One that added to the stack here of 5.2 from 9 a.m., 98.5 kilometers down. And I'm glad things are easing up there, because that big one, of course, was 7.6. That is a mighty big quake, and that would definitely rattle your teeth in the morning. That's for sure. So Indonesian area, and there we go. 4.2. Dampu, Indonesia, 67.7 kilometers down, happened at 15:37 their time. And while we're here, yeah, you can see those wonderful volcanoes all the way along. And just imagine living there. Everywhere you look, there's a volcano, and includes down here where there it is. That is a son of Krakatoa. Krakatau. Anyway, let's zoom out. We do see this one beside the Philippine Sea at 5.7 from 2:14 a.m. and that is 10 kilometers down. And we see this one off the coast of Japan, Kushiro, and that is 5.0, and that is depth 10 kilometers. Happened yesterday at 22:39. I don't see anything else major over on the map. A couple in China here, this one 4.9, and then we also have this one, that would be Iran, 4.8, and nothing really more. We do have a couple here, which is interesting. Southwest in Indian Ridge, we don't normally see them there. And I'm wondering if that's because of everything that we've got going on here and the quakes that we've got in here, whether we are seeing the African plate twist and turn a little bit as well. Just curious. Anyway, 4.8 on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge down here, 10 kilometers down, and that was from 10:29 their time locally. It is a time for me to go take another break, you guys. I do want to just really quickly, let's have a quick fast peek at the Canary Islands, and that way all of our earthquake stuff is out of the way. And I'm going to refresh that. There we go. And just concentrate here on the Canary Islands, looking at what we've got today, and that is the 12, so only the 2, and this one is 4 kilometers down, 1.4 from 2018, and that looks like it's just about underneath one of the lava flows of Cumbre Vieja. And then also this one, 1.09 kilometers down from 2148. And that is right underneath the flashing star there. That would be in that same area, so possibly generated by some heavy weight on top, or that is actually fairly far down. It could just be some regular seismic activity down underneath there, so pretty cool. I've been obsessed over volcanoes in it too. What? Don't obsess over volcanoes. I released a scam bait video on my channel today. LOL. Check out for a good laugh. Okay, I will take a look. Anyway, Leo just brought up the La Palma earthquake map there for himself. That is excellent, and there's the link. On that note, though, I'm going to put you back to the canned lava from August 4th, and that is in Iceland. That is in Maradaljar Valley, northwest corner, and of course that is the Siggy Fisher, as we called it. So that is pretty cool. Okay, on that note, I'm going to go take that break. I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. So don't go away. We've got SO2 and weather reports and anything else that might be vitally important or pops up in the meantime. So don't go away. We'll be back. I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. We're just about at 100. Let's see if we can push that over a bunch. It would be really, really nice. Okay, I'm gonna go do my thing and have a Pepsi and keep smiling. I'll be back. go. I am back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and this is a VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue, and oh, mommy of hamsters says welcome back, Uncle Doc. Thanks, Leo, and Kevin, and Sharon says, I hear you, and welcome back, Lava God. Thanks, Sasha. Lava King has returned. Saturday Night Fever? I don't think so, Ed, but that is all cool. Anyway, I seen that conversation about the scammers, and it really. Actually, I'm surprised. Yesterday and today, I didn't get any scam calls. It's almost like, how come I didn't get any calls today? And it's weird. I think the last one I had was, of course, another one trying to say that I ordered an Amazon iPhone 11, and that they were going to charge me $799, and whether I would authorize that or deny it or whatever. And anyway, I thought iPhone 11, and this was just last week here, and I asked the guy, I said, seriously, I said, are you kidding me? An iPhone 11? I said, do you realize we're on iPhone 14 already, and you think that I'm going to buy an iPhone 11? Is there something wrong with you scammers? Aren't you up to date? You need to step up the pace a little bit. Anyway, long story short, he didn't like that I said that is an uncalled for type of scam. So, and I don't know, maybe they are pushing iPhone 14s now rather than 11s from 3 years ago. So there we go. Anyway, let's get over to our weather and see. Yeah, hard to get good help. Exactly. We'll get over to the weather, and we'll have a look and see what is happening around the world. SO2 report first, and we'll have a look at that, and then we will get into everything else around the world as far as weather. So, looking at what we see in North America, not too bad. We do have all kinds of circulating systems out here in the Pacific, causing some different styles of issues. The jet stream is kind of doing yo, whoa, boom, boom, going up and down here. And definitely some big circulations in the Atlantic Ocean as well, and we can see that. So fair-sized storms. Anyway, SO2, it's kind of hanging around today for some reason, Canada and the U.S. I don't know if it's the differences in temperatures or what's happening, but as we get down to Central America, we can still see Mexico City, and of course Popocatepetl adding to that for that red area there, and it is pluming into the Pacific, but you see all these different circulations here, which is really messing things up as to where things want to go right now. Sliding down Central America, we do see Guatemala and those areas doing kind of the same thing, pushing it out into the water, but still the circulations are trying to keep it snugged up. Not seeing anything coming out of the Galapagos Islands. We do still have our stuff coming off of our Colombian ones, as well as here in Ecuador, going down a little bit more. We see that circulation definitely still turned the other way and blowing back over the continent. Down on the bottom here, so everything from Chile and is basically going back into Argentina and then moving across. I don't know if this is from a fire or something here, but that looks like they may have something happening just right around Buenos Aires Looks a lot clearer here in Uruguay. Paraguay still doing its thing. Irish monk, Big Murph at the door. Okay, we'll throw that to Big Murph. Thank you, Irish monk. And that's the first super chat of the day. That's awesome. Thank you kindly. And I will get that written down. 2 euros. There we go. And Big Murph will be happy at the door. And we see that pluming right out into the Atlantic. So a lot of stuff going down there. I'm not sure what is causing this one though. I don't know if that's leftover or if there's an actual fire or something happening there. Hopefully I'll find out and we'll see. Anyway, I'm moving over to New Zealand real quick. White Isle volcano still right there doing its thing. And that is not that much coming out of it today. Nothing from Tasmania. The refineries are okay, a little bit there. Leo does not have his barbecue on, we can tell. There is no big SO2 plume, so Leo's being good and conscientious. I'm kidding. Leo's a heck of a nice guy, and I do have to give him a mention. So my barbecue is wet. Ah, okay, we'll leave it at that. I don't know how it would have got wet. You live in a desert. How'd it get wet? Never mind. I'm kidding. The desert's up here. This is actually a nice tropical area, kind of, sort of semi-tropical. And looking at this plume here, of course, that is from the coking plants that are located there, just north of Sydney. Going out here, Tofua, still throwing out quite a bit of material there. We don't see any extra plumes from Hunga Tunga Hunga Ha'apai, but we'll see what happens. And this is actually from here, and it's moved over, and the wind blew it over. That is, of course, Vanuatu continuing to do their thing. Same thing with Papua New Guinea. Luolatok on the end here still doing its thing. Most of this area right there is from Semeru, and Raun is right beside it, but I don't know if it's helping all that much. Then we have this area in here, and that is from Merapi, the one that makes you happy. And then, of course, there's Jakarta, and then we know that Krakatoa is, or Krakatau is right there. Thank you, Grandma B. That is an awesome super chat. Grandma B. And that's very kind of you to throw that $3 super chat in there. Awesome. Appreciate it. And thanks. Okay, looking at over here, Ibu and Dakota are still working hard on their stuff. And then, of course, we have some other areas here in the Philippines. Mayon is the one that is making this lower plume, but the upper area here is mostly from people pollution, and of course Manila right there. And there's a Taal volcano, and I don't know how much of that is actually coming out of Taal, but that is what we've got there. And there we see that storm, the one that was sitting here right beside Taiwan. It's moving upward. We see the clear patch here that is raining very, very heavily, and that is taking that SO2 back out of the atmosphere. And then when we get in here, this is Suwanosejima making this plume. And then, of course, we have from Sakurajima, which is right here. It is causing some of that extra stuff, and some of that is drifted up there. So there is industrial pollution there as well, but not too bad. Unlike China. China is really bad. no SO2 regulations. I'm not sure what's going on here in the middle of Japan, but we do see that. Going up on the Kamchatka Peninsula, we had, of course, Ibiko and Chikarachi are right down here, and Karimsky, and going up Bezimiani, and of course Shivalish, and they're all working together to make that very orange plume go into the Pacific. It is curling underneath most of the Aleutian Islands, but then it comes back up a little bit. Also another storm here, that's why it's clear in the middle, but that's kind of what we've got. Sliding over, and we want to take a quick look at India, pretty much normal for what we've got there. Down here in South Africa, wow, look at that large plume, and we know that that is from the gold smelting plants, and that is continuing there. And also here, DR Congo, we have volcanic and coal mining, so there's coking plants going on there. And I don't know if there's any steel manufacturing, but if they're coking, that's usually what they will do, is use that coal that's coked as a furnace material for doing steel and things like that. Urta Ale would be right about here. We don't see anything from it because of the pollution from the refineries in Saudi Arabia and Iran, Iraq. What? Borrowed the Moncus's card. Wow, you are an awesome guy. Irish monk. And that is very kind of, that's very kind of the Moncus. Thanks, Irish monk. Do appreciate that. That is awesome. Okay, sliding up a little bit more, we want to see what is coming from Mount Etna, and also from, we have the other ones up here, Stromboli and Volcano, and that is kind of what we've got. So that's what we're seeing, and that, of course, is creating a lot of stuff here. Now, also, there's still some fires up north in Greece, from what I understand. So we'll find out what is going on there later on. Don't see too much in other places, just people pollution for the most part. And we see all that in Germany, as well as some in England, bottom end, nothing nothing up in Norway, Sweden, Finland. Those areas are pretty good. A little bit right there in Germany, and of course in Denmark and near Copenhagen. I don't see a darn thing happening here in Iceland, and that might be a good thing, or is it a bad thing? I'd love to see a plume be coming out of there, but we don't see that. All right, let's pop over to the actual weather map. I did have it refreshed here during the break. Thank you, Kevin Haynes, for that wonderful super chat. Kevin Haynes, and writing that down. And thank you for the that $2 super chat. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Anyway, a quick look here. So this is a new storm out here, Merbok. And Merbok is, of course, out in the ocean. I don't know which direction it will head yet. Muifa here is still continuing to move northward, and I'm guesstimating it will eventually go the same way that last storm did, and that is head over South Korea, and we'll see how that works out in the future. We do see this one 94E down here, and remember what I was saying, this is all kind of a big mess here as to which way things are twisting and turning. I'm thinking we're going to see another storm develop here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, getting into temperatures, we see here up in the north around Hudson's Bay and most of Nunavut, half of Northwest Territories, and portions of Saskatchewan and Manitoba getting very cold up top there. Seasonal stuff. We do still see some really warm temperatures in here, which is really weird, and that is kind of odd. But hey, it's nice for them, so I'm not going to argue. Alberta wasn't too bad, and we did have some reasonable temperatures today, so wasn't that bad. British Columbia looks not bad too. Southern prairie areas all pretty warm. Getting into Ontario, still holding some reasonable temperatures all the way along the St. Lawrence Seaway area. Not bad out in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI. Getting a little bit windier when you get out here into the Newfoundland area here because of the heavy circulation of that low pulling down some of that colder air. Looking at the United States, not so bad. Looks like pretty much the western half of the states are a little bit warmer. Of course, the higher elevations are very prominent now with colder air, and that is because we can see the warmer air is just kind of sitting down on the bottom, right at the ground level, if you will. Looking here at California, very, very warm, but nowhere near those record-setting temperatures they had before. And Sue is bringing up Death Valley, I'm guessing at about 35, 36 in that area. And there it is, 35. So that is not bad at all, thanks, Sue. And that's not overly done, really. When you look at that, that's not that deadly. Join the conga line. Thank you, Linda Schoof. And Linda, and that is very kind of you, Linda, and I appreciate that $5 super chat. Awesome. And let's take a look at Phoenix, Arizona, showing 35 degrees Celsius. So still quite warm in Arizona as well. A little bit cooler here. We're at 29 in Salt Lake City, and Denver is probably a lot cooler. Well, Denver isn't so bad. Oh, mummy of hamsters too. It's always a great time with my lovely lava family, starring DrFox2000 and the best mods on YouTube. Wow, and that is awesome. Thank you, oh mummy of hamsters. Oh mommy, and well, I'll write of hamsters later. Thank you kindly for that $5 super chat. That is nice of you. I appreciate all of you guys doing that. You guys are awesome. Okay, looking at what we got here in New Mexico, holding some of that nice temperature. Wow, Leo. Hey, Leo's getting in there too. Leo, thank you. Leo Carlson. And that is 14 Australian, 14.99. That is great. Thank you kindly, Leo. And thank all of you for the wonderful super chats. Anyway, looking here, 31 in San Antonio, 29 in Austin, 28 there in Houston. So some temperatures are pretty much all the same. It gets a little cooler when we get over in the eastern portions until we get right to the eastern side. So Alabama is kind of mixed, top half a little cooler, bottom half a little bit warmer. And that goes for Mississippi and those Louisiana as well. Still holding quite a bit of a warm temperature down here in Florida, which is excellent. And then seeing the eastern seaboard, 24, 25, 27, depending on where you are. And that is covering most of Georgia, North and South Carolina, Virginia, and as we go up here, Pennsylvania, New York, a little bit cooler at 23, 24, getting all the way up into Maine, still holding some relatively nice temperatures, and that is kind of the same as what we're seeing here in our eastern provinces, with the exception of that cold air being pulled down here by that low over Newfoundland. So, wow, what I may be in the doghouse soon. Irish, what the heck are you doing? Irish monk. Did you not have permission or something? I hope you have a good leg rest in that doghouse. That would be awesome. Anyway, Cancun, Mexico, 28 degrees Celsius, awesome, and looks like Cuba is La Havana, doing all right at 28 as well. Not so bad there. Looking at our Brazilian rainforest here, the Amazon, for the most part, the lower lying stuff still holding some really good heat, but we can definitely see where our cutoff line is, and that is almost right at the bottom of Paraguay, and at least a little bit warmer there in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, so that is not so bad. Getting down a little bit lower here, we do see Uruguay 10, 11 degrees, quite cool, and Buenos Aires about the same. And when we get down into the very bottom here, still quite chilly in Chile and the bottom end of Argentina. Sliding over a little bit, having a look at what we're seeing here in New Zealand and Australia. So this high, it is of course circulating counterclockwise, and counterclockwise will bring up all that cold air from the south and bring it and dump it in here, and you see some of those temperatures are awfully cold, so they are getting a second winter, and -1 in some places. Not so good, but the higher elevations there, of course, are going to be colder. The eastern side a little bit warmer and not too bad, but get into the northern island, a lot warmer, 17 up on the peninsula there, and that is not bad at all. Looking at where that high is sitting, of course, right over top of Tasmania, and it's keeping that cold air sitting right there. The bonus about that high is it is pulling down a lot of warmer air, and that will affect the entire area. So Melbourne, being about 10 or 11 degrees, is going to warm up in the next day or so as this thing moves a little bit to the east. It should start drawing some of that down here, and giving Leo a chance to dry out his barbecue. And that'll be good. Sydney coming in at about 14, and of course home of Oz sitting at about 22 degrees Celsius, a very nice temperature. Looking at Perth, we have about 14, but it looks like they are sitting on the edge of a shear line here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Northern Australia looking like it's back to normal. 30, 33, 35, depending on where you are. Some very hot temperatures. Looking at our Indonesian, Philippine, and Malaysian areas, they are again very hot, holding a lot of temperature. Bangkok is coming in about 25, 26. Oh, it says 28 there. Wow. So the map may be off a little bit, and that is not unheard of. So 28 and 84% relative humidity. It must be back to normal then. And there we see our Philippines, and here's that Muifa, going north, and then it has a backup system right here, and then Merbok. I'm not sure where that guy is going to go yet, and that's going to be interesting to see. Anyway, we see a lot of that warm air being sucked down into that area out of the East China Sea, and I don't think it's affecting the Yellow Sea as much, but we can see that it is drawing a lot of that air across the Sea of Japan. So not sure if that's going to get it colder there or not. Japan in general is not bad as far as weather goes for the most part. So going up, a big difference in the Kamchatka Peninsula, and you can see the temperatures there, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no more 20 or 30 degrees Celsius till next year for those guys. And let's slide over here a little bit. See India, pretty normal. And Pakistan still holding some heat. Same thing with Iran, Iraq, and of course Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, and UAE still doing that wonderful, holding that heat. And then here we see, not sure why we're seeing such splotchy stuff here in the Sahara Desert, but we are. And that is kind of what we've got right there. Popping in a little bit more, taking a look at what we've got in Piggy's area, and that is not bad there. We'll find out exactly what it is at her place, and we'll take a look there. That should tell us what we are seeing. 24, 25 degrees anyway, still very warm. 23 degrees, still very warm for middle or just about early in the morning. So too hot. I'm sure it'll cool down a bit. We do see a system right here, and that is pretty awesome to see what is causing all that cloud there at Mount Etna. A little cooler than before, higher elevations, of course, a lot cooler, and looks like it's starting to cool down there in Italy as well. Northern portions are still holding some heat up here against the Alps, but not as much as we seen before. Spain actually is surprisingly still very hot, and that is pretty awesome, and I bet you that low has a lot to do with it, as it's pulling some of that warmer air from the Sahara up there, so they may even be seeing some of the Kalima winds being forced to move upward. I'm not sure how that would work here if that pulls out and then goes up. But going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. France, surprisingly, holding some very warm temperatures for nighttime, and that is pretty good for them. Portions of Germany, top end seems to be a little warmer than the bottom and the eastern side of the countries, but that's not so bad. Belgium and Holland and Luxembourg, all roughly about the same, 15, 16, 17, depending on where you are. That's not bad. Let's have a look at bottom end of England, a little bit warmer. And of course, we do see Wales here, kind of mixed bag. And as we go up, we see it cool off real quick. And all the way up into Scotland, fairly cold. And Irish Monk Land, and it is about 9 degrees, 10 degrees there in Doolin, and that is what we've got right there. So I wear a Labrador. Oh, yeah, somebody gave Irish Monk a dog. He has no idea where it came from. It's a black lab, so that's all right. Apparently it's been named. So anyway, looking at Denmark, actually surprisingly holding some good temperatures, and then the bottom end of Sweden here is not so bad. Stockholm only 14, and of course Oslo here will be 14 as well. Looking at the northern portions, though, we see it's really cold up here. No minus yet. Zeros. Actually, I did see a minus there. -1. So getting cold up there, you guys, and I guess Santa has to get ready. And Yvonne ordered that warmer weather for Iceland, and of course, there we go. Looking at what we see, it's not so bad. 5, 6, 7 degrees there on the Reykjanes Peninsula. Reykjavik itself about 9 degrees Celsius right now, and that is what we're seeing. Looks like it's holding some warmth even along the coast, that warmer air, and up here in Grimsey, this is where all the quakes are happening. So we'll see if we get a new volcano there. That would be pretty awesome, and we'll go from there. So having gone around, looked at the temperatures, let's have a look at precipitation real quick. And, oh, hang on. Precipitation, there we go. Got it. Click the right button and it works every time. All right, looking here at Alaska first, that's that low that's sitting in there. It's helping bring that cold air in there from the north for them. And of course, we've got a high sitting over the prairies, and that's probably what made our weather a little bit better today. We do see a little bit of stuff here in British Columbia spilling over into southern Alberta. Not very much, though, as far as rain is concerned. That cold low sitting here, that was sitting right in Hudson's Bay. It's now moving off over to Baffin Island. We do see some storms here in Ontario, right up in the north, as well as here by the Great Lakes. Doesn't surprise me. Lake effect stuff all the time. And looking out here again, this cold low, or the low is pulling the cold air down, and we'll see what happens with that. Looking at the United States, we do see out here in the western portions some isolated rain showers, isolated thunderstorms in California. Probably very welcome to get some rain there for those people. And then looking at Nevada, they have some storms up north as well. Not too much in Utah, nothing in Colorado as far as I can see there. Arizona, still down by Tucson. They are getting some of that storm, and I'm wondering if that's leftover bits from the Storm K that we had there. We do see a system right there, and then a broken one here. So I'm thinking that maybe what the remnants of K are doing. Nothing so much there in Texas, and as we move across the bottom portion of the U.S., we see Florida has got some storms happening there as well as Central America, of course, and moving along. And this is kind of funny to see that is quite far inland, where we see the line of storms going up all the way from the panhandle here through touching just a tad bit of the Alabama, and then going through Georgia, northern South Carolina, Virginia, and then heading upward northward all the way into PA and New York and those places. Here's that Great Lakes storm, and that is doing some havoc in those areas, but that is kind of the lake effect stuff. And yeah, here we see more storms happening down here. I wonder if that's the one that was sitting there yesterday that developed. Don't know, or if that is this guy. But anyway, we've seen that. We do see Central America is not very good as far as weather, rain, storms, seeing up in the northern portions of the Amazon, still regular stuff there, and here in the mountains of Peru as well. And sliding down a little bit more, we see kind of in between Buenos Aires and Sao George. We've got that system right there, but not so bad for the rest of it, and they should be all right. Seeing bad stuff down here. Lots of shear lines on those lows twisting around. And of course, this high, as I mentioned, is bringing up all that old, cold Antarctic air up into New Zealand. And you can see what the result is. And of course, that is also hitting the northern island. This high is trying to push that warm air in there, and that's why we're seeing so fast of moving material right there. And looking over here on the western southwest corner of Australia, we see that low, and Perth is probably getting some storms as well. Looking at our Indonesian, Malaysian, and Philippine area, we do see lots of storms still in there. Nothing changes. Here's those three that I was talking about earlier, Merbuk, and the unnamed low, and then Muifa right there. So looking at this area, of course, we see yeah, it looks like thunderstorms in Bangkok, and that is what we've got. Let's see, Melbourne, no, let's go up. Anyway, again, we don't know where this is going to go yet. We'll see. And we have that system sitting up here as well. Hopefully it won't bug them too much. A little bit of rain up here as well on the Kamchatka Peninsula. Storms over India, and storms through the Indian Ocean, Central Africa getting nailed again. Looking at Piggy's area, that is Greece, of course, and we do see that there's some stuff here over here in Turkey, and you know, this stuff right here, but I really don't see anything major going on here as far as possibilities of rain in the next near future. So, sorry, Piggy, if you're listening, no rain for you for a while. Same thing looks like the same stuff here for Italy and that area, but when you get over here to Portugal and France, we'll see a little bit of a difference. Portugal and Spain getting some good storms, a lot of water probably, and then looking at France all along the coast, really getting nailed pretty hard. Leo says, good night all. Thank you, Dr. Fox, for another great stream. Appreciate what you do for all of us, and appreciate all the mods and everyone else here. Oink oink. And take care, Leo, and thank you very kindly. Appreciate you being here. And looking here in Germany, not bad, but now we see what's going on in the northern parts of Holland. And wow, looks like we're getting nailed here in Denmark, portions of northern portions of Germany, and right into Oslo and bottom end of Norway. So big storm there for those guys. Nothing over in Stockholm, just wind. We see that low that's driving the whole system, and that guy was over here the other day, so it's progressed quite a bit. Looking at Iceland, we do see that low there, but in general, no rain showing. Some fog patches here and there, a little bit of rain, but nothing that would concern or worry anyone. And having looked at that, that is pretty much it for our weather, other than finding the cold spot. I'm looking at the snow here in Greenland, and that is all right. Okay, I'm putting it back on temperatures, and we will go find our cold spot. Where's our cold spot here? And whoa, already found minus 81 degrees. And that is actually pretty darn cold. So, yeah, 81 degrees Celsius, and that's nasty. So, I don't know. Sue found minus 85. Do I have to look more? I gotta look more if you found minus 85. Holy mackerel. I don't know where you found that, but we'll see if we can find something colder here than minus 80. Irish Monk, I have a Pepsi. I think I will. Thank you, Irish Monk. And let me write that down. Irish Monk. And one Pepsi. Thank you very kindly for that, Irish Monk. That is awesome. And let's see where we can find, if we can find colder than what I've already got. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to, minus 82. Can we find that again? Minus 82. Yeah. I'm going to give up. I'm going to leave it at minus 82 on mine here. I got permission. Oh, okay, that's good. That way you're not going to get in the doghouse that quick. It's always a good thing. So, yeah, I found minus 82 degrees Celsius, and of course, Sue found minus 85 degrees Celsius. Horribly, horribly cold either way, and that is kind of what we've got. Bundle up your penguins, you guys, if they're going to go out there and play. Actually, I think the penguins are on a holiday somewhere else there in some tropical island right now. And they go back there in the summertime. So that is good. Hopefully then it'll warm up for them, at least to, something respectable like minus 40 or 50 or 60, better than going the other way. So that's it for today, you guys, and that is awesome. I'm going to throw that back onto some lava for you. And I thank all of you for being here, and I really do appreciate it. And I do want to say thank you to our super chatters, so I'll read them off in the way they came in. So Irish Monk, Grandma B, Irish Monk, Kevin Haynes, Linda Schoof, Old Mummy of Hamsters, Leo Carlson, and it looks like Irish Monk and Irish Monk. So thank you very kindly for all those wonderful super chats, you guys. Very, very awesome. Also, big thank you to everyone in here who is a member. And you guys are all great. And thank you for supporting the stream. Also, a big thanks to all of you who are in here, part of that lava family, whether you are like a lavalier or not, you're still part of that lava family, and that is very important to all of us. And remember that it doesn't matter. We understand that some can support, some can't. So that's all fine, and we still want you here. We want you to be a part of the group. So please remember that. And you guys are all awesome, all of you. And I appreciate all that help from all of you, the ones that send me information. So if you ever have something that you want to send to me, let me know, and we'll make sure that we can have a look at it and find enough time to get at it. On those friendly notes, check your email, Uncle Doc. I sent the link to the UFO clip. I did see that email come in, Oh Mummy of Hamsters. And Sue Hayes says, I sent you an email. I will also look at, I did see that one as well, Sue. So I see that they're there. It's just I haven't had time to read them. I'm kind of busy doing other things. I don't know. I'm just sloughing off here, right? But anyway, be good, you guys. Take care of yourselves, and thank you all for being here again. I really do appreciate it. Of course, without you, this stream would not exist. So, thank you, everyone, and be good, be kind, and please take care of yourselves. And most of all, please tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Good night, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Oink, oink. And I wanted to add a big thank you. I forgot to say thanks to the moderators. Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy. You guys are all awesome. Thanks, moderators. I appreciate all of you, okay? And I just thought I'd throw that in. Thanks.